So following the worst collapse in the history of crypto with UST depegging and Luna being down literally 100%, I decided to make a video on the top 10 crypto projects most likely to collapse in the next 5 years. Now obviously there's a lot of really bad smaller crypto projects that are highly likely to collapse over the next 5 years, and I'm limiting this list to only projects that are in the top 100 crypto projects by total market cap. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for some of these choices, so if you disagree with some of these choices, feel free to make your best case for any of these projects in the comments below. Just be kind and civil with your response, otherwise you look like a jerk and you make your entire community look like a jerk, and I don't think that's what you want to do, so don't do that. I also want to add that it's highly unlikely that any of these projects would collapse in the same spectacular fashion that we saw UST and Luna collapse. Luna had very unique tokenomics that were literally designed to do what it did. And a normal project is highly unlikely to collapse overnight like that. First up is Doge, and if you're really honest with yourself, you have to know on some level that Doge will eventually die off. Pretty much the entire reason this project's been so successful is because of how much Elon Musk has talked about it. But there's nothing actually useful or innovative about Doge, and without Elon Musk tweeting about it, it is highly likely to slowly bleed out over time until it eventually dies off. Second up is EOS, and EOS was meant to be the original Ethereum killer. It promised lower gas fees, faster transactions, and a whole lot of other really exciting features that Ethereum didn't have. And when it first came out, it was the talk of the town, everyone was excited about it, everyone wanted to own it, and for a while, it was the 5th biggest crypto project on the planet. But as time went on, it failed to become the Ethereum killer that it promised to be. Using the network was a pain, it wasn't very user-friendly, and it never had an app that was like a breakout success that, caused people to start actually using the network. My guess is that EOS will slowly fade away over the next 5 years. Third up is Litecoin, and I feel like this one's gonna be a bit controversial. And honestly, as a one-time Litecoin fan, this one was hard to include. Litecoin used to be considered the silver to Bitcoin's gold. And once upon a time, it was the second largest crypto, and it dominated the crypto market. Today though, Litecoin has fallen from its throne and currently sits at the 20th spot. And its claim to fame as the silver to Bitcoin's gold has also kind of faded with time. Now a lot of people refer to Ethereum as the silver to Bitcoin's gold. Currently, Litecoin's utility is that it's better for payments than Bitcoin is, but there are plenty of other payments tokens that seemingly do a far better job and have a seemingly far brighter future. To me, it just seems like people are grasping for straws, trying to find a use case for Litecoin as it slowly moves its way down the charts. Fourth up is Shiba Inu, and I think this one is also going to be a little bit controversial. And to be fair, Shiba Inu isn't quite exactly what it seems. Originally, Shiba started out as a meme coin, but it's actually made quite a transformation over time, and it's actually built some revenue streams, unique features and products, and an entire little ecosystem under this meme coin. My main reason for thinking Shiba will fail actually has nothing to do with Shiba itself, but it has to do with Doge. Doge is essentially king of the meme coins, and if it falls, I think it's really highly likely that all the other meme coins will collapse along with it. Just like when Olympus DAO fell, all its copycat projects also collapsed, and Strongblock collapsed, and all the other node projects collapsed with it. I think it's highly likely that if Doge collapses, Shiba Inu will collapse as well. That being said, who knows? The Shiba community is quite a bit more sophisticated than you would first guess. Maybe it'll find a way. Number 5 would be Bitcoin SV. Every once in a while, someone comes out of nowhere claiming to be Satoshi Nakamoto and claiming that they want to restore Bitcoin to its original intent. They fork the code, or copy the code, airdrop the token to all the current Bitcoin holders, and try to push themselves as the real Bitcoin. Of course, historically, this always fails, and Bitcoin SV was no exception. And in my opinion, just like Bitcoin Diamond or Bitcoin Max or Bitcoin Plus, it's just a matter of time before this project slowly gets sold off and fades away. Number 6 on my list is Fantom. And I know I'm really gonna get some hate for this one, but basically after a series of exits from the community, it just feels like Fantom is a ghost of its former self. And with so many other really good layer 1 blockchains competing in the crypto space, it just seems very unlikely at this point that Fantom will be able to regain enough ground to actually make a difference. I suppose though, out of any of the projects mentioned on this list, Fantom is the most likely to return from the dead. Number 7 on the list is Harmony One. This project really took off when everyone got really excited about investing into all the Ethereum competitors. Pretty much any project that was like, hey, I'm launching my own blockchain to compete with Ethereum, got a ridiculous amount of funding, a ridiculous amount of people investing in it. It was kind of a craze for a little bit in the crypto space. And Harmony was one of those projects that a lot of people invested into. But I've heard from a lot of developers that actually developing on Harmony One is a little bit of a painful process. As well as if you've ever tried to use Harmony One's block explorer, you know it wasn't the most user-friendly experience. And out of the entire Harmony One ecosystem, the only big project that I've ever heard people talk about a lot has been DeFi Kingdoms. But even DeFi Kingdoms eventually expanded out of the Harmony One ecosystem and over to Avalanche. To me, it just seems like the network really isn't that great considering all the alternative solutions. I will say though that lately it does look like Harmony One is making some really compelling and maybe interesting moves. So maybe it's a little bit too soon to say. Number 8 on the list is Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash was at one point the third largest crypto on the planet. It's a fork or a copy of Bitcoin that claimed to be the real Bitcoin. And their big focus was making Bitcoin actually useful when it came to everyday payments, which they said was the real vision for what Bitcoin was supposed to be. And during this whole time, there was a lot of drama in the Bitcoin community. The Bitcoin community kind of split in a lot of ways where you had the Bitcoin Cash community that they were saying they were the real Bitcoin. I think they even bought Bitcoin.com and they put Bitcoin Cash on it or something crazy like that. And then there was the Bitcoin community that said that they were all a bunch of fakers and it just got kind of crazy. But I do remember during this time period, a lot of people got really excited that Bitcoin Cash might actually flip Bitcoin to become the biggest crypto project on the planet. But basically everything ended just how you would expect it to. Bitcoin Cash didn't even get close, Bitcoin won, and Bitcoin Cash slowly faded down the charts. Today, Bitcoin Cash sits at the 23rd spot on the crypto charts, and although it's tried, it's never been able to recapture its former glory. And I personally think we'll slowly see this project fade away as time goes on. Number 9 on the list is Tezos, which Tezos for a brief moment was a really hyped project in the crypto space. It's another network competing with Ethereum. A lot of people touted it as an Ethereum killer, but then it never went on to do very much. I personally never heard of a single project on the Tezos network that has been a breakout success, but I will admit I've never actually been much into the Tezos network, so maybe I'm missing something or not seeing something from the outside. But to me, with so many other competitive projects in the space, it just seems like Tezos is eventually destined to fail. And number 10 on the list of top 10 projects most likely to fail over the next 5 years is Tron, which this one was actually chosen by the community. Tron was at one point a top 10 crypto project and since then has stayed consistently as a top 20 crypto project. Justin Sun is a genius marketer who's captured the world's attention with genius PR stunts on multiple occasions. But a lot of people feel like the project's overhyped and eventually destined for failure. And I couldn't name a single project personally that's on the Tron network currently. And at the moment, one of the big controversies surrounding Tron has to do with the fact that they're releasing their own algorithmic stablecoin similar to UST, which a lot of people rightfully view as an insanely bad move considering everything that's currently happening with the collapse of UST and Luna. But according to Tron and Justin Sun, they're learning from Terra Luna's mistakes, and this time they'll do it better. And in my opinion, without any sort of killer app on the Tron network, with their plans to release a stablecoin similar to UST, which just seems like an absolute disaster, I think Tron will eventually slowly fade away. If you think that I missed any projects that should have been included, or that I got any of the projects wrong, and you have a really compelling argument as to why, some of these projects won't fade away, let me know down in the comments below. And as always, none of this was investment advice, none of this was me telling you to go sell these projects. This is just my thoughts, my opinions, and me talking about projects that I think are gonna fade away. But maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. I'm just a guy on YouTube that's, on my own journey, learning and growing, and these are some of my thoughts that are coming out of my head that you're listening to. And you could do whatever you want to do with those thoughts, but that's your decision, your responsibility, and you gotta take ownership of your decisions and the decisions that you make. If this video is helpful, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. But you got to also hit the little bell next to it if you want to actually, be notified each time I release a video. If you don't hit the little bell, then you won't actually ever get a notification when I release a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.